Last season, I had so many amazing people pull up on me. Mark Edmonds, DJ TGIF, Decky Lawson, King Bump, Albany Lou, Bobby Murray, and so many more. This season, I promise you, it's going to be just as interesting, so do the right thing. Pull up a chair at the Bar Wit Beast, Season 2.
Got my first Robin.
Hold on. Yo, as y'all see, man, good energy just produce good matter. So I'm here with my guy. We gonna call him Batman. If you don't know his name, you won't know his name unless he tell you his name. We know him as Batman because he swoops down and tries his best to do all he can to keep the community safe and on top of his game. Yo, we had another episode at the Bar Wit Beast. Yo, thank you for pulling up, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yo,
bro. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, let's go.
Listen, well, first of all,
Let's go.
I do want to express to you on camera the same thing I expressed to you off camera. I see what you're doing, not just here in the gyms with the people. I really appreciate it and I respect it. So thank you for having me, for real, bro.
Nah, I appreciate it. I'm honored, but thank you very much, man. It's doing my part, man.
If we don't, who will, bro? If we don't, who will? That's the thing.
Yeah.
It should be us. Why not us?
Why not us, right? If not me, then who?
That's it.
Yo, so you originally from here?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Albany. I was born on Pearl Street.
Say
downtown,
that.
You know what I mean? But I moved all around Albany,
Yeah.
but that's why I respect the whole city. I try to do love. Uptown, downtown, don't matter to me. It's whatever.
Now, I gotta ask that because Albany almost becoming like Atlanta, man.
Yeah.
Where there's a lot of transplants and adopted kids like myself, you know what I mean? So it's always dope to talk to somebody that's from here originally, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I respect it. I appreciate it. There's a lot of people moving in from out of town, but I respect it when the people from out of town still show love.
Show
to
love and
Albany
respect, yeah.
and treat it like it's home. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
so
saying?
even the people that I've sat with that weren't originally from here, they rep it like it's theirs.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you might have to watch the interview to find out that they
Right,
wasn't
right.
from here.
You
Like,
don't
oh, I
even
didn't even know. They,
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, so,
Love that.
nah, they still definitely show the love and respect and all of that. Who were your role models and influences as a youth coming up around here?
A lot of people, not for nothing. For me, my role models became people that they told us was bad guys, right? So like, even in school and stuff like that, the Black Panthers was a big part of it. Where they was like, oh, they was crazy, bro. They was really on some military. But then I seen, wait a second, they started WIC. Wait a second, they did mad stuff for the people that caught on nationwide.
Facts.
Now the government just act like it was them.
Facts.
Yeah, we do WIC. Bro, you got that from the Panthers, you know what I mean? So when stuff like that started
Morning
happening,
breakfasts.
bro, nobody was doing that.
Yeah,
like, he was
Fred
doing
them
it for the
stuff, yeah.
people, that's
Right.
real. So I'm like, wait a second, hold on. So I started looking around, and I realized every day, it's a lot of people that might not look like the superhero, but low-key, they be out here moving and shaking. You know what I'm saying? So it's those people, I started saying, you know what? I want to be here for the people, just like you. I want to do that. You know what I mean? That's kind of where it came from.
Copy, understood. Now, we gonna get into this because I rock with Homeboy too. But there is a wide assortment, a plethora of superheroes through comic books, cartoons, movies, and all. Why Batman?
100%. I get that all the time. I get it. You know what I mean? First thing I'm like, listen, I'm not a rich white guy. I get that. Let's get that part out of the way. But for me, I was an English major when I was in school,
That's right.
right? So it's more about the person. It's not about the suits and this, that, and the third. What it's really about on some personality trait thing is if something bad happens to somebody, what does that turn to? What impact does that have on their lives, right? And for bro, that turned into his parents dying. That turned into, I'm gonna put the suit on. But it turned into, I'm gonna save everybody in the city, make sure everybody good. It turned into Batman and Robin, I'm gonna mentor young boys, make sure they don't go through what I went through. It turned into, I don't got no superpowers, that's cool, but I'm gonna figure out and I'm gonna plot and I'm gonna make sure that we do whatever, all for the city, all for the city, all for the city. You know what I mean? So it's like that. When I'm looking at it, I'm like, chill, they writing about me. I'm like, chill, bro.
That.
They drew the costume and that. I'm like, but it ain't about all that. I'm like, wait. When bro was sitting there like, nah, if there's a chance we could do it. I'm watching the movie, he told somebody in the movie, he said, I don't care what they face, they never face us. I'm like, yo, that's mad true. Because even what we're talking about, like when we were talking about building and we was talking about different ways to get money out, bro, these people have never met me before. They've never met you before. They've never met us before coming to a table to pitch it. So I believe we could do anything. You know what I mean? They never had to deal with us before.
Like no matter what else they've dealt with or who else sat in front of us, it wasn't us.
It wasn't us. They never had to deal with us. And because of that, our possibility...
That gives us an advantage.
And that's the Batman mentality. You know what I'm saying? It's all about that stuff.
I have this argument all the time because I always say Batman is my favorite superhero, and they tell me he's not a superhero. But I think that the ability to stand next to gods and superheroes and not fall short is superheroist. Yeah, 100%. So he's like, I got mad Batman hats, shirts, like that's absolutely, you know what I mean? Like I rock with other, like I'm putting together a Iron Man puzzle over there, but nah, Batman, that's because I couldn't find a fly Batman one.
I told you, I got you, bro. Like, listen, I got all of that, anything you need, bro. I got all that. Socks, you tell me what you need, I got
socks.
you.
I got some Batman and Robin socks that are bought me like so.
I mean, but that's why it's so real.
For all the reasons that you just said. Like,
my young boy is on it too, where he's one of my young boys I've been working with the most. Mm-hmm. So even when I'm working with people trying to figure out how to get contracts, how to build a career that we really love, not where we walk in and people go, talk to us crazy. No. He worked with me on all that. Give back to the community. He's like, yo, I'm Nightwing. You know what I mean? That was Batman first Robin.
Yep, I remember that.
So Nightwing runs with me, and I walk in, I'm Batman. He's Nightwing. What's up? That's it. That's how we moving. You know what I'm saying?
Fire.
That's what we do, bro.
Fire.
You know what I mean?
So I'm a repeat what I said to you off camera as well. I had been your friend on Facebook for a while, and lightly following the moves you were making. But what really smacked me in my face is when you, because even before you actually quit your job, I seen when they had you mowing the lawn, and you was pissed about it. And not because you're above mowing the lawn, but because you're above mowing the lawn for them at the end of the day. That's how I felt about it.
Yeah. It's like, bro, it was more about the structure of everything, right? Like, my thing is the mission comes first. So I don't care about titles. I don't care about how big people's office is. I don't care about none of that. At the end of the day, I only joined the city of Albany because I wanted to help the most people possible. I'm like, listen, if I'm trying to really save the city, if I'm trying to really be out here, let me get with the city. It only makes sense, you know what I'm saying?
Copy.
But when I seen it was a bunch of things that wasn't going right, you're not scheduling people to do what they're supposed to do. You putting barriers in front of people instead of helping them get jobs. Bro, I don't want to play for this team no more. I don't care about the title. I don't care about your salary. I don't care about none of that. I'll find money at the end of the day. I got options. I don't want to play for this team.
How long had you been there?
I was there for like 3 years. Like 3-4 years. And don't get me wrong, a lot of good happened there.
Copy.
You know what I'm saying? I met a lot of good people there that dead care about people, the kids, the whole 9 yards. But when there was issues, they wasn't fixed.
They couldn't, yeah.
And it's like, bro, I went through all the HR conversations and the trying to talk to people out. And at the end of the day, I'm like, listen, I tried talking. I did the emails. I did it. Nobody changed nothing. Y'all don't care? I'm out.
Copy.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not staying there.
Yeah, like, so I see, like I said, I see one post where I don't even want to say you was complaining, but you was making people aware of how you were being treated. And then the next post I seen about that job was, I'm off that. So I was like, yo, that's what's up. People stick around complaining, and like it isn't like you just quit. Like you said, you put in the effort, you put in the work to make change, or at least see people being receptive to change, and they wasn't. So
yeah. Bro, at the end of the day, this is what I told them.
Bet on you.
I'm not in the business line of nobody. I told them, I said, listen, I want the program structured as far as it was supposed to be certain programs under me, I said, to help more kids. I said, I don't want a bigger office. I don't want more money. I don't want a title. I don't want a card. I don't care about none of that. I just want you to structure so I work with this program so I can make sure it's what it needs to be. I'm like, you only got like 3 kids in it. I can boost that up to 100 overnight. Let me do that. Nah, chill, bro. Chill. I'll get back to you in 2 months. I'm not going to be here in 2 months. You keep playing these movies. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean 2 months? Man, listen, I'm talking to. So it was that kind of thing where I said at the end of the day, if I make a move to the nonprofits, I have the ability to do anything I want. I could start a program, find some funding for it, and we're doing that tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So we started financial literacy in the schools, in the middle schools with the kids. And quick story, and you got to cut me off if I go too long. I had a financial institution that said we want to do financial literacy. I said, bet, I'm with it. They said, this is the deal. We're going to buy some books from an author, give out the books, have them talk to the kids about it. I said, nah, that's not the move. They're like, what you mean? I said, if we talking financial literacy, I want you to pay for the kids' business plans, pay for their whatever paperwork they need to have. We'll help them develop a business, and you put $500 startup into each kid's business when they start. That's real financial literacy. We have them learn how to set up a business, put a couple dollars on it. That's what I'm trying to do. They're just like, nah, I'm not with it. Okay, cool. Have a nice day. I found another partner that was with it. They gave me the bread. I hired a local professional, one of our people who's an entrepreneur. I said, bro, will you run this class? Absolutely. Here you go, a couple dollars to run the class. Yo, kids, y'all with it? Yeah. Here you go, a couple dollars for that. Paid the kids started a business, a local entrepreneur came in, showed them how to do it, and everybody ate. I'm like, bro, if the city's gonna stop me from doing that, I'll go do it over here. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I made that move, because I could just do whatever I want now.
Understood.
And then,
so, I live in this city, so I see some of the things. But for any watchers who don't live in this city or haven't visited this city or what's going on in your city, because it's not, you know what I mean, centralized to here. Let's be more specific. What are some of the things you're trying to save the city from, Batman? Yeah, let's talk.
Man, listen, everything. I think, my thing is, I envision a perfect world for me is a world that doesn't need superheroes. The only reason we got to pop up, save the day, and do X, Y, and Z is because something's not happening. You know what I mean? Something wasn't addressed. I'm looking forward to the day where I could chill, where ain't no superheroes, everything good. You know what I'm saying? But for that to happen, one of the biggest things, we need everybody in the city to understand how much power they do have, right? A lot of times, when we want things to happen, we be like, oh man, that should happen. That's crazy. And the Facebook posts be crazy. I promise you, if that same Facebook post that got 200 some odd comments was on the
petition on the desk,
on the right thing, bro, they get nervous and they'll do what people ask for, because that's the thing. In lots of cities and everywhere, elected officials, they're not the bosses. We're their bosses. Their job is on the line every time re-election comes up, and we're in charge of that. So that means every time we want something to get done, we want money instead of a sky bridge. If we needed a community center, we need to tell them that. And we need to tell them, if you don't make the right decisions, your job's on the line,
fam.
fam.
We'll get somebody in here that will make the right decision.
That's it. You know what I mean? And I feel like if we can get everybody understanding what that looks like, and we start mobbing and really getting it together on that side, then we'll be able to build structures that last longer. Everybody's involved. Politicians know to act right because they know everybody's watching. Everybody understands what's at stake, so they do the right thing. I mean, that's
because we don't take control of that voting power, they're not afraid of us.
And it's like and with local elections, bro, sometimes people win by like 200 votes, 500 votes. If it's that close,
we could change that just with the softball field.
We could change that with weekly podcast interviews where we talking, getting people on game about what's on time. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that's how we coordinate and we build and we get everybody going. So,
yes, sir.
Bro, we gonna save the city, bro. You know what I mean? It's all about building and understanding the long-term strategy of it all. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's really about. We do that right, they can't stop us.
So that's the beginning of the plan on saving the city. Getting people to understand their power and importance.
Because planting seeds is the most long-term part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're doing this part now. Like I said, we get people on board, that's long-term. Same thing with the kids. I do superhero academies in the school. We plant seeds about being a superhero. And I mean, I talk to them, what's a superhero? First they go, laser eyes, I'm like, yo, I know bad guys with laser eyes. And then they're like, oh yeah, you're right. And they're like, truthfully, you gotta help people. You gotta and I'm like, yeah, you're right. You got me. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, who's a superhero to you? Then they're like, well, my dad, my brother, my mom.
Yep.
Cool. So then we start, you know what I mean, reinforcing that. So if we got the kids on superhero time, if the people understand what time it is, in the meantime, we're doing the programs, trying to build community centers, We'll build right now. Long term, this part will come in. We get it all on track. Got this, bro. We got this. All in due time. Just give me a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Heard you.
That's all.
Heard you. Oh, man. I've heard about them. I've seen them from a distance. I've seen video footage. I've never been a part or around or in the immediate city of a riot. Things got real dark in this city for a little while. And still, Batman was
out there, out there.
Talk to me about some of that, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's the thing about it. Like, you know, for real, like, you know, I do the cool stuff for the kids and the funders, this and the third. But when that was going down, you know, we outside too. When it's time for it, you know, not just this whole Save the City thing ain't just about playing and a joke, you know what I mean? We dead serious. So we was out there, even when the protest was going, we was doing security, like we do all that. But as far as the riots, it's wild. You know, it's unfortunate. I obviously wish it didn't come to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of conflict, when conflict like that happens, that means whatever talking and planning didn't work. I mean, we don't want that. It was super concerning to me because, you know, before that happened, the cops, like, again, I was there, you know what I mean? I was at the police station. When they came to clear out the protest, when people were sleeping outside of the police station and all that, they literally covered up their badge numbers and they took their name tags off. Bro, you can't do that. So we already had an issue about how they handle things, and people start protesting, sleeping outside. Okay, cool. But then when they come out, you bring 50 officers who got their badges covered up with their name tags off, and you just start getting into it with people? Nah, bro, you can't do that. Like, that's literally sending the message of, I don't care how y'all feel.
Facts.
Ain't gonna be no complaints. Ain't no nothing. We're gonna clear y'all out, and I don't feel how you feel. Bro, you can't bully people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not, I don't know, whatever they thought it was, but it's like, bro, that has to be addressed. And especially if it's not addressed after, if it's like, yeah, they did that, okay, well, they did that.
Guess what they gonna do next time?
Exactly.
Like,
what do you?
It really gets worse next time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, if they're not gonna correct those actions, then unfortunately things spiral and we get to the riots where people is upset. And even in that, right, it's crazy. Like, the police lied about that. So they said, oh, they were shooting tear gas at the thing, right? We had a whole conversation about tear gas last year, a whole vote. APD said, every time we use tear gas, we set it on the speakers, we told people to clear out, they ain't clear out, so we had to throw the tear gas. But that was a lie. There's people on the Common Council, when they gave that statement, people on the Common Council said, I was there. You ain't make no announcements. You ain't tell nobody, y'all just started throwing tear gas. So I'm like, bro, y'all lying out here.
There was one day when there was an announcement, but that was, I want to say that was probably after they had already faced the fire for not making the announcement. But that day, coming across Henry Johnson when they had the little baby tank out there.
Yeah.
I was standing there because at that time we moved here from Sheridan Ave between Lark and Henry Johnson.
Yeah.
Like right around the corner from Assault and Battery.
Exactly.
Like,
Straight up.
So it's like I'm watching on live, I see it, I'm like, damn, that's right up the block. Yeah. So I went and I walked to the corner of Henry Johnson and Clinton. But then it started coming towards me.
Right.
So as it's coming towards me, I'm backpedaling.
Right.
I kind of stopped backpedaling on the corner of my block. My man come up, we standing on the corner. One of the things that I noticed out there that was odd to me, I get it, I'm not from here originally, but I put enough time in this city. I have a 22-year-old born and raised in this city.
Right.
Out of my 3 kids, 2 were born here.
Right.
Like, so I put, you know what I mean? Like I said, I went to Albany High, I played for the High, I played for the Lions.
That's good. Yeah.
I could count on one hand the amount of people I seen that I recognized. There was a lot of people from other places.
Yeah. It got
throwing rocks and fireworks. Like, it wasn't even
Yeah.
people from this city that I recognized.
Yeah, yeah. It was crazy. There was one situation we really had to run this dude out of here. It was a time where police was standing there, everybody was protesting, whatever. And people be yelling at cops, okay, cool. I'm like, listen, if you don't touch them, they can't touch you. You know what I mean? You can say what you want, you know what I mean? So we standing there, everybody yelling, cops is just standing there, and I'm like, all right, that's how it's supposed to go. Out of nowhere, this kid came over, started kicking a cop car. What? It was rah-rah. I looked around, I'm like, I don't know this dude. So I looked over, I'm like, yo, bro, what are you doing right now? He was like, who are you? What? In my city? Bro, stop. Who you talking to? And I'm like, Brant, Finn, everybody here know me, but nobody know you. You creating a dangerous situation that all of us who live here are gonna have to deal with, fam.
Facts.
I'm like, if somebody from here pop off and they
That's
gotta
something else.
okay, but you, I'm like, fam, where are you from?
That's what I was seeing.
Someone's from Delmar somewhere.
Yo, that's what I was seeing.
Came out, hyped off social media. I'm like, bro,
I'm telling you,
it's
that's what
not
I
for
was
you.
seeing.
Step back, cuz like it was weird. It was
Yo,
weird.
even so with all of that happening, police is getting closer. They're getting closer. And like I said, they're playing like, yo, it really, oh man. Like I said, I always was under that, like, yeah, not here. Not here. They protesting over there. They doing that. They rioting over there.
Right.
But not here.
Right.
Until it's coming right at me. And it was like the Purge movie. There's an announcement that they're replaying and replaying.
Word.
You feel what I'm saying? And it's saying
clear the
something like,
streets.
yeah, it's saying something like, yo, there is a curfew in effect.
Yeah.
Please clear the streets.
Wild, bro.
Like, we about to tear gas. Like,
yeah, that was real life.
and if you don't move, like every
Bro.
5 to 8 minutes,
Yeah.
they letting go the rubber bullets
Yeah.
out the machine gun.
Yeah. Like this. Get inside.
Then the announcement go again.
Crazy, bro.
Yo, there is a curfew in effect.
Crazy.
Like,
Yeah, we there.
I still on Sheridan. I got one of the cans they threw, and the can they threw, it wasn't a tear gas. It wasn't gas. It was like the smoke joints.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's more of a distraction.
They
It's still to
might
disperse
switch
you.
that, yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like different color smoke joints, like green joints
Right,
and
right,
red
right,
joints.
right.
They was throwing.
Yeah.
And
so that's
shooting
a
out
mix
the
of
pellets,
smoke
like-
and sickling the.
Yeah.
Man,
So
how that go.
it was crazy. Oh man,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
It was real, and for me, I'm like, Albany was even closer to having something wild, crazy. There's a dude named Elazar Williams, right? Elazar was 17. He was messing with a corner store, son, started running for the cops. Cops caught him behind the school, behind Tony Clements, where Tony Clements is at right now. They caught him behind there. Cops said that he ran at them with a knife, so he had to shoot him. Bro has 2 bullet holes in his back. Off top, he lying. And that kid could have died. So right now, he's paralyzed. And the officer who did that, Officer Jimmy Olsen, never care about saying his name, he's a horrible person, I don't care anything about him. Officer Jimmy Olsen shot a 17-year-old kid in the back, and they let him retire, and they clapped for him, and they cheered for him. That's trash, bro. That kid could have died. You know what I mean? He's paralyzed to this day.
He still be around.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me. Like, you know what I mean? So it was this close to having our own Trayvon type of whatever. And how crazy, if it got that crazy off of this, imagine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what I tell people, I'm like, especially with the police, it's like, bro, I know people from Albany that's cops, and they try to do the best they can. You know what I mean? They don't disrespect nobody. They try to really da-da-da. I tell them, bro, the more y'all protect these bad cops that do people filthy, this and the third, you making life difficult for the good ones. For the ones from Albany who just try to pull up.
But
You know what I mean?
to be honest with you, the people in power, they don't care.
Exactly.
They really don't care about the couple that's the few and far that's actually from here, because it's not really a lot that's really from here. Like you said, most of them are from outside neighboring towns, and they don't care about this.
Yeah, and that's why, you know, that's my job to care. You know what I mean? That's my job to figure out how we can still make that better, how we can still improve it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're not getting rid of the cops. You know what I mean? The cops are going to be here. Okay, cool. How can we make sure that they don't beat nobody up? And if they do, they get held accountable.
Facts.
That's all I can do right now. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. And I'm on it with, it's gonna sound harsh, and is not to trigger anyone who has been abused or beaten by police, but I'll take that over shooting us.
Right.
Like, come on.
Mm-hmm. Little things, but
Yeah.
see, so
But you know what I mean? I don't want to say that to belittle or, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Anybody who's been abused by the police.
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong.
But
I'd rather
I'm happy
live
you're still alive. That's
yeah.
like we're talking about
live
life
to fight
and death.
another day.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
the
mean?
difference I'm
At the
talking about.
very
Life
least.
and
You know what I'm saying? 100%. See, that was the conversation with the tear gas, right? It was certain people that I wanted to vote against the tear gas thing, whatever. Their reasoning was, nah, if they don't throw the tear gas, then they probably gonna start shooting. And I said, fam, so hold on. So you telling me they doing something that's hurting people, and we know it, and we agree on that. But you feel like if we take that away, they're just gonna shoot us? If that's how you feel, then we got a bigger problem on the table, fam. What type of hostage situation is this? We can't tell them stop this or they'll shoot us. Nah. Then we need to change a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, come on, bro.
There's a whole mentality that has
Yeah,
to be
we off that. It can't be that. That's scam, bro. What you mean?
And that's really what it is. Because, you know, a lot of the core beliefs of some of these departments stem from a time and place where we really, really didn't count.
Yeah, 100%.
So
We played cops and robbers too much in this country growing up. Everybody think the cops are just 100% superheroes, and that's all they do, and you can't say nothing to them. If it's a cop, bro, chip. Nah, it's a job, man. We gotta hold them accountable. The same way we hold anybody else accountable. You know what I mean? But it got too much of that. Like,
yeah.
we gotta change that whole dynamic. Like, that's not what this is.
Yo, tell me about co-founding Pulse.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. That's me and my homeboy, Jason Feliciano, Jay Fleacy. It's an acronym, People United Local Support Anywhere. Basically what that was, real life, was an organization that I could do whatever I want with outside of whatever job I was doing. You know what I mean? It still gave us the ability to jump up and we doing this, you know? So during COVID, we started a food program. People was home, kids was eating crazy. Schools, I was volunteering with the schools trying to deliver the lunches to get people food.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't enough. People were like, listen, my kid eat crazy. Like, we home every single day. We need more food. So with Pulse, I didn't have to ask nobody for permission or nothing. Went to the food bank, yo, we need food. Called up, shout out to Carmen Duncan, yo, what's up, let's start this program. Called out Bowen from Youth FX, yo, we need a video, can you run the video to get us doing this? Eva, talked to Eva, yo, can you help us put the food together, organize some volunteers? Shout out to Eva Base. We all just got together, just started a food program, started delivering food like this every week to the people, 2-3 times a week. Groceries, free, no questions asked. So Pulse was my thing that I don't care what I do for a living that pays the bills, I'm gonna go do this over here.
Copy.
You know what I mean? So that's what we do. And that's what we do our mentoring with the kids, our titans. You know what I'm saying? You know, Batman, we gotta have our titans too. It's only right.
Fire. Red Bookshelf.
Yeah. That bookshelf is wild, bro. It's another one of those where it's an open playground. You know what I mean? We started our financial literacy program there just because we felt like starting a financial literacy program. We was like, what are we going to call it? We call it Mind Your Business. The kids love it. The teacher's like, where are you going? Kids like, mind your business. They're like, what? Now I'm really going to a program, Mind Your Business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's fly. So what we was doing with the kids was, again, it's business. We want to teach them for real. I know our budgets and stuff like that now, right? So I could see what I really want to do. So we gave the kids $5 for every session that you show up to. At the end of the month, we do a raffle for $20. Or you could mess around and make $40 in a month going to this for free. But for me, what's that $40? It's nothing in terms of our budget, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I could take $200. That's incentives for the course where I can just pay the kids, da-da-da. For the kids, they can't wait to come. You want to make a couple dollars, set up your business. We're really talking money. And the Red Bookshelf gives me the opportunity to do that because I connect books to anything. You know what I mean? We have guides about how to set up your business and how-to manuals. And we have local entrepreneurs who have written books. I can connect it on that. You know what I mean? We're doing a superhero thing. We're in the schools talking to kids about superheroes. I give them comic books. Boom, boom, boom. Here you go. We go to a cooking program. Hey, what's up? I got cookbooks for you. Da, da, da. Well, I can connect that to anything. It allows me to be everywhere I need to be, wherever I choose to be.
Mm-hmm.
And because I know the funding, Now I can choose to be there, pay people the right way. So Red Bookshelf is like the foundation, and we can build out of that, bro. You know what I mean? That's why I'm over there.
Now the Red Bookshelf is dope. In fact, I'm guilty. I have a Sports Illustrated 50th anniversary edition over there that I took off the Red Bookshelf.
Okay, that's what's it. But that's the thing, bro. That's perfect, though, right? Because we want everybody to read. The whole mission is inspire kids to read. The more everybody's reading, the better. And I don't care if it's Sports Illustrated. I don't care if it's a comic book. I don't care if it's whatever you want to do. If everybody reading, you see bro reading about sports, you see so-and-so, read too. Right. And that's just going to help you. Understand information when you're applying for jobs. When you need to sign contracts, read the fine print on your credit report. Reading helps all of that. Right. You know what I'm saying? We stronger readers. We normalize it. You got this, bro. I'm telling you. Just give me a minute. It's all going to work out.
Hell nah. And that book is dope. Like, it's so much, it ain't just pictures. It's so much history about the magazine and, like, at different points of the magazine where they was at and why they was there. It's crazy.
That's what's up.
It's crazy.
And I'm interested in independent journalism for that reason. We need our own way to tell stories. We need our own way to highlight things. That has to be something that we build, prioritize. So we have people that know how to give interviews and what this whole process looks like. Knows how to prepare questions, You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It's all seeds. We got to keep going. So I appreciate you more than you know, bro. You don't even know. You don't even know.
So while we on the Red Bookshelf, what does a business or establishment have to do to get a Red Bookshelf put into their establishment?
Well, right now it's rough. Because we still growing, so we got a long list of people that want bookshelves, and we got to still get more shelves and paint them and do. So it's a long list. Yeah. But what I tell people is, we still got books I can still support. I pull up and give whatever. So if anybody needs books,
you got books.
I can always do that. Permanent shelves, we gotta get through the list. It's long because not for nothing. The whole thing about it is we keep books on there consistently, and it's unlimited.
Facts.
So we make sure we know the spot. You know what I'm saying? So even over at Hoods, it's Kobe Bryant autobiographies. It's books on shooting drills. It's books on coaching tips. It's workout books. It's this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Whereas a different place in an art gallery we have down at Broadway. Shout out to Tony and the Center Gallery. Down there is books on how to draw comic books, how to become an author, different careers in paint. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So with each shelf, we keep it unlimited books. So we only got a certain number we got to try. You know what I mean? We're growing though.
No,
We're getting there.
I respect it. But it sounds to me like we need a carpentry program to teach these kids how to make bookshelves.
There you go.
We did like that.
Exactly. And not for nothing, that's exactly the thing, that we can go to a funder and say, hey, listen, I need $50,000. For what? I want to teach kids carpentry. Yep. I want to teach them how to connect with schools, work contracts, become an entrepreneur. But there are people that will give us money for that. And then you and me teach the kids what to do. We have them make some things. They learn entrepreneur. We film the whole thing. Show them how learning business with the Beast at the bar. Let's get it, bro. That's what I mean.
Yo, man. If y'all not worried yet to the things y'all listening to, get worried, because this interview is gonna be so much more than this. Oh man, y'all might be in trouble.
Bro. That's how I'm moving.
And you've already talked on it, and you just in the conversation. But the next talking point I had on there, funny, is just the importance of reading. Just people understanding that and getting back to it. Like, it seems like now people only read something if it's in a status on the phone or something.
Yeah. That happens a lot. See, my thing is, I try to meet people where they're at. You know what I'm saying? I understand a lot of people, they was forced to read growing up. All that creates is a negative feeling towards...
it becomes like a punishment.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I didn't start reading, like, just pleasure I'm gonna read until a guy that I went to school with, Eric S. Gray, he wrote a book. He has books and movies and all that out now, but at that time he wrote his first book, and I'm like, I don't read this because it's my man, not because...
Right.
So because... And then it, like, after I read it, I'm like, oh, that was cool. That wasn't bad. Let me get something else to read. And then, it caught me.
Yep, and that's the thing. Wherever we can catch him, right?
Yep.
So shout out to Justice down at Fresh and Fly on Pearl Street. He wrote a book, Change the World and Change Yourself. You know what I'm saying? We have him talk to the kids, talk to them about his book, talk to them about running a business and writing a book, what that looks like. And the kids is like, Oh, he was a real person. I get it. Oh, matter of fact, he was where I was. Oh, that happened to... And they connected with it. They read the whole book. I didn't even have to tell them.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. So I'm trying to connect with the movie theaters right now. Because a lot of the times people love the movie, bro, it's based on a book somewhere.
Based on a book somewhere.
It was the Harry Potter
And
effect.
it wasn't, the movie wasn't even as good as
Well,
the
even
book.
better at the end of the day.
The book was
You know what
better
I'm saying?
all the time.
It was the Harry Potter effect. When Harry Potter came out, mad people started reading the books. So I'm like, look, I'm at the Black Panther movie with free tickets to the Black Panther movie. And I'm like, yo, read the comic book it was based on. No fan is crazy. Now they start reading more comic books. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever it is, that's the thing, how to really inspire it so that it happens organically.
Copy.
So we're not twisting their arm. Nah, you like Pokemon? Bro, I got a Pokemon book for you. And you know what? We was on First and Quail, and this is what made me a believer in it. I told the kid, he came up, I was like, yo, I got any book you want, bro. What's up, what's up? He was like, you got a book on the Boston Tea Party? I was like, I mean, I do, actually. I'm like, hey, whatever works. But I'm like, here you go, homie. Like, if that's what you want, cool, feed that. You know what I mean?
That's
so it's really
crazy.
Whatever people want to read, if we can get them reading, they processing words. They learning words. They're reading other ideas besides their own. You know what I'm saying? Facebook sometimes, it'd be like an echo chamber. Like, you say what you say, everybody agree with you. You just keep going cycles. And bro, like books, it's other people's perspective from outside. You get different opinions from people who's not on your friends list. Like,
Facts.
come on, it's got to be a bigger conversation than that. You know
I'm a
what saying?
contrarian, so nobody agrees with the shit I say.
Hey, man.
But I do it on purpose.
That's fun. I mean, because a lot of people agree with something or fall victim to something just because everybody else thinking.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, bro.
And now you feel like you gotta,
Not with that. Like, you know what? And I'm going to say this on
I'm
camera.
probably a victim of going the other way on purpose too much.
I hear you. Hey, you got to reel that in a little bit. Don't go too far with it, but, you know.
Facts.
But for perfect example, that Jay-Z verse was not his best verse of all time. I don't care who get mad about it. It was not his best verse of all time. It was not an incredibly impressive, deep verse. It was wild. He just rapped for a long time, bro. And he said some cool stuff here and there. It was good to hear him. But that was not his best verse of all time. There's no way you could tell me that.
I agree with you. So
Everybody's like, but everybody.
But
Care about that.
nah, you know, sometimes you get to a status and you get to a status where you can do just about anything. Like Jay-Z's at a point to where if Jay-Z fought on the track, they'd be like, yo, but see, you gotta eat certain stuff to fart like that. Your money gotta be right. You can't even afford to fart like that. Like people just be
Word. They would though. That's the wildest part,
Like,
man. It's
that-
crazy.
before we got on camera, we was talking about value, and I think that's one of our biggest problems. Not even as a community, but as a society. There's no way in hell that, and this ain't to belittle their worth or whatever they make and they getting their money, but there's no way in hell an actor, actress, singer, rapper, none of that should be making more than a firefighter.
Right.
Like, how are you making more than somebody who is running into a burning house to save a life?
About to die.
But it's because in this country,
Right.
we overvalue entertainment.
100%. 100%.
We
Well,
overvalue.
and it's even, so go one step further. What we spend money on is the entertainers and stuff like that. What we celebrate is that.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. And capitalism is going to milk that for all it's worth.
Yes.
Oh, you like this? You like this movie? I'll make 10 more just like it.
it.
Da, 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 that's you like. Even though we should be pumping this. That's
Yeah,
really
they
fire.
still-
This person or X, Y, and Z.
What time is it? Yep, I think the Fast and the Furious just came out.
Exactly.
Like that.
Like clockwork. Like clockwork.
Like whatever time it is, one just came out.
Man. Because and not for nothing, and they do that because every time one comes out, people will flood the
Eat it
theater
up.
like clockwork.
Eat it up.
And if those people didn't flood the theaters, they wouldn't
They
keep
wouldn't
making
sell
the
another one.
movies. They wouldn't make 10 Fast and the Furious
Facts.
movies
We
if
didn't.
it stopped making money after 3.
Thanks. We didn't need 10.
You know what I mean? So we
Right.
gotta, that's why, again, with the seeds, we gotta change what we respect. You know what I
Yes.
mean? What we think is fire.
Facts.
Like, we can have a higher standard even in media of what is good, what's not good, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. But if we understand our power and those dynamics, again, they'll make the movies that we want.
Facts.
Like, that's, so with me, I go real nerdy with you real quick. That was my Snyder cut. You know what I mean? My man Zack Snyder had made a movie.
Oh,
Studio
yeah.
tried to bury it. At the end of the day, it was campaigns. They flew a plane that said release the Snyder cut over the studio. They was going crazy.
Facts.
Studio put out the movie.
It's 4 hours long, but they put it out.
Put it out. Because at the end of the day, consumers drive this.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Well, we show them what to make by what we spend money on.
Facts.
So we got to do better about that, but all in due time. You know what I mean? But that's why, so even one thing with the homie Justice, he had a Black Excellence event down at the Cloud like last year, or it might have been before COVID or whatever. But I'm like, bro, that's what we need to do. Just like Diddy be doing his brunches, or it's this and the third, we need to have an event where it's all us, Black Excellence, da 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 da. And that's what we celebrate. That's what we clap for. That's like, oh, all them dudes, yeah, that's what we strive for. Not necessarily of who mixtape got the most downloads.
Facts.
That's cool. Don't get me wrong.
That's cool.
But we gotta respect other stuff too. You know what I'm saying? We gotta highlight that and flex, man.
Like you said, Black business that really cater to the community and actually last.
100%.
Not a flash in the pan.
100%.
Yeah. Oh man, crazy.
Tell you, I can be chatting, bro.
So we didn't say this, but some of your conversation, when I say this, people gonna be like, oh, okay, I see. You're actually on the Albany Community Police Review Board.
Yep. I'm the secretary of our police review board. What that means is people submit complaints about cops, whatever, and we look at them and we try to figure it out, make sure
It wasn't violated.
Exactly. And if they was violated, we try to make sure something happened.
Copy.
You know what I'm saying? And before, it was real different. The only thing the police could do was, if somebody filed a complaint against police do their investigation, and they would give it to us. We would look at it and be like, this is good, this is not good, whatever way, but they didn't have to listen to us. So it was a review board for review board's sake.
Just to say it was in existence, but it really didn't have.
Don't do nothing. It had no teeth. You know what I mean? In real life. So now what we did, we got local law J-Pass, right? That's different. So now, one, we don't have to wait for APD to finish their investigation to give it to we can start our own investigation. That's different. You know what I mean? So right now, we're looking at hiring investigators. So if somebody puts in a complaint, or even if they don't, if you tell me right now on camera, yo, bro, this, then the third happened, let's go talk, bro. We could put an investigator on the case, do his own investigation. Not waiting for y'all to give me back your report where you say everything was good. Nah, I don't like that. We gonna look at our own thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now with the review board, we're doing different things like that. And it's hard because they suing us, other people are suing us, it's mad stuff. The police unions don't like us. A little pushback here and there from the city, this, that, and third, but I mean, we're trying to move forward because at the end of the day, that's the stuff that holds people accountable. You know, if we can get a bad officer off the force, city's safer.
They won't do it. Bro. They won't do it.
It's the police unions, bro. The police unions, they'll be suing. They sue everything. They try to jam everything up. They're the worst, bro. And that's my thing with them. It's like, bro, you feel like you holding it down because you just advocating for your cops. But I'm like, bro, you keep this bad cop on the force, y'all all look crazy. And make everybody look at cops like, oh, that's what y'all doing. I'm like, if you got the bad cops off, then everybody can say, nah, our cops is official. You know what I mean? But they feel like they playing their position, so we play our position at the end of the day.
No, it definitely sounds like something that needs to be in place and should have been in place years ago.
Bro, it was wild. They fought it for like 20 years. People have been fighting for that. We can subpoena for evidence now. We can subpoena for your body cam footage, all this other stuff. Before, they have no teeth.
You said you didn't have no teeth.
It was 2020. Truthfully, when 2020 popped and all the protests, everybody started getting nervous. What can we do to make people happy? And one of the things was, our review board, pass that. So they passed it.
Copy.
Probably wouldn't happen in regular life all the time, but we got that one through. So now we just trying to, as much as possible.
Copy.
And
scrolling your Facebook page, and not too long ago you were honored. What was that? The Office of Audit and Control?
Yeah, Human Services, the Human Rights Commission. It's a Human Rights Commission. Yeah, definitely shout out to them. I really do appreciate that. Those people, they do incredible work over there. All good people. You know what I'm saying? I try not to get caught up in awards too much for two reasons. One, you can't win an award every single year.
Facts.
So it doesn't mean you're not really doing what you're supposed to do.
Facts.
If you don't get an award, you're still doing what you do. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't take it personal like that if I don't get something. And then the other thing is, at the end of the day, there's a lot of organizations that give out awards. I don't respect all of y'all. I really don't care. So some people, I'm like, what is your award to me? I don't need your award. I don't even respect what you do, fam. So you keep that award. I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a mix of those things where it's like, I do appreciate awards and it's the love, but I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? I try not to let that motivate stuff, you know? Mission comes first.
But there'll be a day. I say that because I never cared, like, playing sports, trophies, pendants. I ain't care about none of that. And last year we bought this house, and I'm like, damn, that would have looked all right over there. Damn, that 6-foot trophy that I had.
I don't got a house yet. You're right.
I bopped over the head with the trophy and broke the trophy before we even got back.
Right.
All that stuff. So like, my golden sneaker award from Hood House to Hoops.
Right.
I got a York College MVP trophy over there.
I respect it.
Some of this stuff I found when my mother passed away cleaning her house. So
that's
some of it was like, oh, I'm gonna bring, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
see, I live in an apartment. You know what I'm saying? I'm got no space, so maybe I get some more space. Right now, I got room for my Xbox. That's
like it's jerseys and stuff that I wish I still had.
True.
So it's so much stuff that I'm like, and I would have. Right. So
designing your space, like we talked about.
Even being from New York, and that's not a New York City, that's a New York State thing. Like this one is statewide. Like this, we're unimpressed. So we not, oh, he famous, let me take a picture, let me get an autograph. We not that.
Not at all.
At all.
At all.
We all the way the other way. I don't give a fuck about that nigga. Nigga put his shoes on the same way I do.
We get into it.
Yeah.
No, I'm getting into it the same way he is. He just, something happened for him, but
New York don't care. Facts.
He can rap, nigga. I can rap. What you mean? Like, everybody feel like that. That's really, it's really like why people like if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. Yeah. It's legit. Like we're the only people that really feel like that.
There's no real fans because everybody is the talent.
Everybody is straight up.
Whether it's hustling, whether it's
exactly,
and they really are.
That's the same energy I keep when I walk into these meetings and boardrooms with these elected politicians.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of none of y'all.
None of y'all.
I'm the talent. I'm him. 100%. I'm one of the ones.
Yep.
Y'all here, and I look at it too as y'all elected officials. You got like 2 years, maybe 4 years. I'm doing this my whole life, no matter what. My position is secured. You got to make sure you keep people happy. So you better talk to me nice when I walk in here in my hoodie and I say I'm Batman. You damn right. You know what I'm saying?
But
it's that. Yeah.
But now that I have the space, I'm like, damn, I wish I'd have took a picture with So now I'm doing it. So now I got a picture with Mike Tyson. Now I got a picture with Styles P from the other day. Like, so now I'm like,
shout out to SP. He's exactly what I want from an OG, bro. Like he's an older cat we all grew up on. Everybody, that's the homie, big homie, whatever. But he move how he supposed to. Yep. He own businesses. He not a sucker. You know what I mean? He's still who he is. He'll tell you that in a heartbeat. But he get money and work with his people. They got a couple juice spots. Like they really
and he figured out a way to start putting positive energy into the world.
Bro, that's shout out to SP.
Facts.
Goes for real.
Now I was at a little event. He was there. He was showing love to everybody. Like anybody. Like he ain't. I don't know if he turned the picture down that night.
Word.
You know what I mean? That type of thing.
Yeah, because it's like when you. That's my whole thing. I don't do all of this stuff because I was rich. Bro, my father died when I was 3 and my mother's blind. I was poor from jump. So I was in every after school program, every Trinity camp, this, that, and the third. And my thing is, it's only right that if I came from there, I got to build for them same people who's still there. You know what I mean? I do it because I know what it's like not to have nothing. Not because I've been up my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what it's about. Like when you're from there, you stop and take pictures with people. Because you know, that's my people, that's love. I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Respect it.
No, the Albany Center Gallery?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. What's that about?
Yo, my man Tony Ayadico went off. I try to make sure I work with people who have good energy, who really care about people, who, you know what I mean, do things for the right reasons. He's absolutely one of them. Every project we ever was putting together, he was always like, all right, boom, how do we pay the artist? Because we don't want to hear all that, exposure. Bro, Nymo don't care about exposure dollars. That don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? Like, we got to really pay people.
The lights will be off with exposure.
Bro, so he don't say nothing to any crazy thing I propose. Yo, bro, let's do this. Let's He's always with it. So he actually opened this space. It's the artwork space where it's like, bro, you can go in there and learn to paint, learn to mold clay. I don't know, whatever you want to do. We got a workshop on Saturday with a bro who wrote comic books. He's going to teach people how to write your own comic book, publish the comic book, get money yourself, but really do that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's our way of teaching people art, creativity, da-da-da. So with that space, we have a real opportunity to, you know, curate that talent, keep that talent pool here, you know what I mean? Everybody start learning. We have somebody teach people how to screen print shirts and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So it's like, bro, we taking all this art stuff, showing you how to really do it, you know what I mean? How you can create your own revenue. And again, these kids is 14 years old when they come here. You start making shirts, selling a couple right now when you're 14. By the time you're 24, bro, you're going to be going crazy, you know what I'm saying? Thanks. So it's another way to offer opportunities, you know what I'm saying? And a real thing that I wish I had when I was younger, I draw a little bit, but I'm not nice. Wish I was. If I had a spot like that, it might be nice.
Might be nice right now, right?
Well, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what that is.
Yo, that's fire. I'm with you. Like, I can draw a little bit, and I got lucky enough to get sent away to school at an early age. So I'm from Queens, but after elementary school, I went to Eaglebrook Academy out in Deerfield, Massachusetts.
Okay.
So they had different, like, that's when I first started dabbling in photography. That's when I first, they had stained glass. They had oil painting. They had architectural drawing.
Exactly.
Like, they had different things like that I got a chance to dibble 100%. And dabble in as elective that I never would have ever had.
You would have never had that opportunity. 100%. And that's my thing, bro. Literally, who I am from those programs and all that, I benefit from people opening doors, giving me opportunities that they ain't have to. Yeah. I mean, all these big brother, big sister, that was all volunteer work, so they wasn't getting paid for that. Mm-hmm. They invested in me when they didn't have to. They offered opportunities, created lanes for me. They didn't have to. So it's only right we do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if we don't, you see the difference of somebody who understands how big the world is, stained glass, and somebody who nobody ever talked to them about art.
Facts.
It's two different worlds, bro. Bro, we are, but that's how we shape the future. For real, for real. We create an art space where kids can go to talk about stained glass and other art, and entrepreneurs who do art can come in and teach them, and we keep it going. You know what I'm saying? So now there's more murals in downtown Albany. You know what I mean? We've been putting murals everywhere. You know what I mean? Tony has a whole team of artists that go crazy, making that a whole different thing. Downtown is going to be artsy, this, that, and third. We're working on a community center on the other side of town. We plotting on Sunshine School too. Sunshine School is up for sale. So me and a couple partners got some hands in it. Like, listen, let's get that. If we can transform these spaces in our community, and we own them, and we run everything, come here, learn everything.
We can start teaching things that really help you in life. Because I ain't used the quadratic equation yet. But I wish somebody would have told me about postpartum depression before I thought she just ain't want me no more.
Listen, long term, I'm trying to start school, bro. Long term, that's the thing, right? So I even say, I don't even care. I have a partner of mine, I won't put her name just in case, but she has a curriculum that was established and passed by the New York City State Department of Education, right? Because during COVID, people was homeschooling, she has a curriculum.
Yep. So,
bro, she has a layout of what it takes to teach a kid to be able to pass a test by New York State standards.
Copy.
Anything we put around that is up to us. So if we have to, you got to talk about math. We're going to teach you that part. Mm-hmm. But then we talk about love and what that means. Then we talk about loss and what that means. We have a class on breakups. And that's all we're going to talk about.
Facts.
Men, women, whatever. Hey, listen, let's talk about that. So the kid is learning math, this, that, and third, and they learn about breakups. And then after school, we're doing financial literacy, where you're really learning how to set up your own business for real, with people who come in. That's after science, you know what I mean? But we can really create those things where we teach
curriculum that's really needed.
And everything else, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we can, and that's, if we have Sunshine, I could bring a red bookshelf in, we can connect those dots. We know local entrepreneurs that can teach every one of those things, pay our people in the community, teach our kids in our setting, more about love, more about business, more about this. Change the culture of the city, bro.
Saving the city one step at a time.
That's it, bro. No days off.
Yo, man, I appreciate you, man, for pulling up. Bro, great conversation, man. I see great things happening between us, man, because the energy is magnificent. Shout out to Hood House of Hoops. Shout out to Soul Albany. Shout out to Wasabi. Yo, cheers. Yo, there's been another episode at the Bar Wit